Alright? So yesterday we worked on simplifying radicals. Is that right? Yes, alright? Okay. And then, what did we say? The square root of AB is simply the square root of A times the square root of B. Is that right? Okay. So, let's continue with simplifying. Simplify. Alright, so number one. Let me just change this one. So, there you go. That's better. Alright, okay. Everyone, let's take a look at this one. If you're going to use your calculator, definitely you're not going to get an answer for this one. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but if I don't have the negative, give me an answer. If I don't have 2, very good. Very good, 2. Alright? So what I'm going to do now is I will split this. So negative 4 is just negative 1 times 4. True or false?
Yeah.
Good, that's true. Is that right? Okay. The square root of 4, you just gave me an answer. Is that right? But then what's the square root of negative 1? Therefore, this one is just 2i. Done. Alright? So, whenever you have a square root and there's a negative inside, alright? One more time. You have a square root and then there's a negative inside. Think right away. I need to have an I. Get it? Okay. So, it's an I. Number 2. Can you give me a quick answer for that one? Anyone? 6i, very good. So that's going to be 6i. Now, number 3. Now, for number 3, what you'll notice there, 50 is not a perfect square. Correct so far?
Yeah.
Alright? But what did we learn yesterday? We tried to split the number so that one of the factors is a perfect square. Give me factors of 50 such that one is a perfect square. 2 and 25, very good. So, by the way, when you do this, you don't really have to show this. If you can do this in your head, then go straight with that, all right? And the reason why I'm just showing it, so you're guided just in case. All right, so that one, I know that I have a negative 1. And then this one, I know that I have 25. And then I have a 2. Is that right? Get it? Now, I will take the square root of, it's 1. What's the square root of this? 5. What's the square root of this one? I. And then square root of 2. That's one way of writing. Or the other way of writing, 5 square root of 2. But be careful, the I must be outside. It's not inside. Are we clear? Why? What is our definition for square root of negative 1? It's I. There we go. Are we clear so far? Now we're going to use the quadratic formula. Remember the no solution?
Yep.
You're going to see an I. Alright? But you have to write it down. We don't just write no solution. We have to write it in terms of I. Okay? So, let's have an example. Everyone get ready. I'd like you to copy this problem. Alright? So, this one is still part of the quadratic formula. Ready? Everyone? Copy that problem. Problem number 4. Or that one. 5x squared plus 3x plus 1 equal to 0. Alright? Okay, so we're going to solve. Is this already set up? Alright, this is already set up so we can use the quadratic formula. Is that right? Okay. What is our A? B? C? There we go. I'd like you to plug in now using the quadratic formula. Go ahead. Just plug in. Are you done plugging in? All right, okay. So don't simplify yet. Just plug in. Is that what you get, Sophie? Hold it. Let me just move this up a little bit. Is that what you get? Yeah. All right, okay. Now, ready? What is negative of negative 3? Negative 3. What is 2 times 5? Denominator is 10. What is 3 squared? 9. What is 4 times 5 times 1? And then there's a negative, therefore negative 20. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. So, what we have there is 9 minus 20. 9 minus 20. What's the answer for that one? Negative 11. Can you please copy first? What you notice here, that there's negative and there's 11. What are the factors of 11? 1 and 11. So there's no way that we can split 11 anymore. Is that right? However, there's a negative there. What does that tell us? We're going to see the I. Therefore, that's how you would see your answer. All right, let's have another problem. Let me see. So this problem number 1, this is problem number 2. 8x squared. Let me see. All right. 8x squared plus 6x equal to negative 5. All right? So again, we're going to solve using the quadratic formula, okay? But the first thing that we have to do, we always set it up to 0. So we're going to have 8x squared plus 6x plus 5 equal to 0. All right? And then what is our A? Very good. What is our B? And finally, our C? 5. Okay. So we're going to use our quadratic formula now. So x equal to negative 6 plus minus 6 squared minus 4 times 8 times 5 square root all over 2 times 8. So, negative 6 plus or minus square root of negative 124 over, very good. All right. Now the fact that we're seeing a negative, that tells us we're going to have an I. Is that right? Okay, so we're going to have an I. However, we have to simplify 124 first. Now, What kind of number is 1, 2, 4? An even number. Can you please give me an even perfect square? Give me the lowest even perfect square. 4. Right?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
What's the square root of 4? 2. Now, when you simplify something like this, you look at the last digit first. Usually, if it's even, try the 4. Alright? If you can still simplify, keep going. Try 4 again. Keep going. Alright? Please help me. So I'm going to break down 4. So 12 divided by 4?
3.
3. 4 divided by 4? 1. Is that right? Now, 31 is an odd number. Is that right? What is the lowest what is the lowest odd perfect square? 1. Aside from 1, what's the next? 9. Why? What's the square root of 9?
3.
There you go. However, 31, the only factors of 31 are 1 in itself. Is that right? So that means I have to stop there. Correct? Okay. Now, did you notice there's a negative there?
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm going to put negative 1 here. Then I will take the square root of its 1. Correct so far? Therefore, I'll simply write negative 6 plus minus. What's the square root of 4? 2. What's the square root of negative 1? And then the leftover. You can just leave it like that. But remember, we have to simplify fractions, right? What kind of number is this one?
Even.
Even. This one?
Even.
This one?
Even.
They're all divisible by 2. Is that right? Let's divide by 2. Begin. Divide by 2. Plus minus. Divide by 2. What's left? I and root 31. Divide by 2.
8.
That's the final answer. To make happy. Again, simplifying fractions, right? Fractions. That's going to be the final answer. Okay? Okay. So, what does this tell us? Every time we see an I, we see a graph where it doesn't, the parabola doesn't cross the x-axis or touch the x-axis. Is that right? So, let's take a look at that. This one. What is A?
8.
8. Positive. It opens.
Upward.
Maybe it's somewhere here. So it's not going to cross. It's not the exact graph, but if we want